Hi guys, this is Mac here, and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, which is called Mac Vlogs. Here I am again, back with another guest of mine, all the way from UK London. Her name is Laila Khalid. This topic you all have to hear because this lady has come up with the great policies and ideas and plan for the kids of Pakistan. Because our topic, which you can see from the heading, is child protection policies which will impact in our Pakistan. So let's hear from Laila Khalid all the way from London what she has to offer and what she has to do for our little kids where we can save them from the evil eyes. Good evening, Laila. How are you?
Hello, good evening. But from my side, it has to be good afternoon to
I
all
know
of you
it's
in
2 p.m. in
Pakistan. And
London and 7
assalamu
p.m.
alaikum.
in Karachi.
And thank you so much for having me today at Mac Vlog. And the topic we have chosen, it's about Pakistan children is because it's very close to me. I always tell people it's very very close to me.
Hmm.
Pakistan child protection, abduction, murder, and also sexually abuse children. But the problem is, as I always said to you, Masroor, these things normally takes place in a very different.
Sorry. Before we proceed with our topic, which I'm sure we're going to be talking and discussing so in detail, let my audience and followers know who is Laila Khalid and just give you a brief introduction so they can connect with you. I've already mentioned in the scrolling banner, which everyone can know who Laila Khalid is, but we would like to hear from you, from your sweet voice. Please go ahead and give your introduction first.
Assalamu alaikum, Pakistan, and all my followers and the people who are following Masroor as well. This is Laila Khalid. I was born in Karachi, but my brought up was in UK.
Okay.
Started as a model, and I've been in the media for like 15 years. But my background is being an anchor, presenter, journalist, investigator, and also documentary maker. Since I've started doing journalism, it made me realize what is life. We have to appreciate whatever we have, and the real world is a very cold world out there. And Alhamdulillah, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, we have to give it to other people as well in order to help them and make their life suitable to living in this world.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Okay, Laila, so why did you choose this topic for today's discussion? What made you believe that you can bring a change for our kids, the little angels out here in Pakistan, whatever these kids are facing, and I'm sure it's really worse. I totally know, and I've been following the news as well. So, what do you have to say, and how you can bring a change through your plan, what you have in mind for these little kids to be safeguarded?
Okay, first of all, I have been looking at into this since 2015,
Hmm.
and there's so many cases have been happening in Pakistan. But I believe this is a decade of issue which hasn't been controlled by
Hmm.
Pakistan government or I wouldn't say police because Alhamdulillah, I think our police is really good, depending on the situation. And so many kids, it's like when I due to my research, it's like
Hmm.
7 to 8 children are raped, sexually
Oh,
abused in Pakistan every day. So we
oh
are
my goodness.
talking about every day, 365 days.
Hmm.
And there are some cases which has not been reported. But as I said before, this is the particular area where they like to um, target those children. These are vulnerable children, poor people children, because as we all know, poor people doesn't have a voice,
Hmm.
and they are not taken as a important nation of Pakistan because we have differences
Hmm.
between poor and the rich. Middle class is also involved in this kind of vulnerability and also the cases of rapes.
I see.
So I thought, you know what? I have been doing charity for many years since I was a teenage. It's very funny. I have to tell everyone since I was teenage, I used to give my like expensive jumpers or anything just quietly to the poor people. But because I'm very attached always to poor people, I don't see them एज अ डिफरेंट मखलूक. पाकिस्तान की वो कोई डिफरेंट मखलूक नहीं है, ना ही वो कोई दुनिया की डिफरेंट मखलूक है. उनका कसूर थोड़ी है कि अगर वो किसी गरीब उसमें खानदान में पैदा हो गए हैं. अल्लाह ताला जो है, दिस इज आवर टेस्ट. And I think ये हमारे टेस्ट होते हैं that we have to give something to the people if we are comfortable in our life. Children are always very close to me. I love children. I have a daughter myself. I'm a single mother. I have a beautiful daughter. So I have seen a lot of struggleship and hardship. I
I
have
see.
picked up myself. And when I see these small children, I mean, how can you even touch a 3 years old to 5 years old child of a Pakistan, rape, murder, burn them, or just throw them into the bin? जो हमारे जो कचरा जो बड़े बड़े जो कराची पाकिस्तान में जो कचरे के वो जो होते सारा, I don't know what you call them, municipal something like that. Correct me, आप मुझे correct कर सकते हैं. तो after looking at like 2015 and now we are in 2020, I thought, you know what, that's enough. Every time I have to hear a news that Pakistani child is murdered, hanged on the tree after rape by 5 men, whether it's a boy or a girl or a small baby toddler. How can you do that? This is just
scary.
We are
It's really
living
scary.
Pakistan is the world of hungry wolves. They are hunters. They are just waiting for the target. But normally, as I said, these target areas are the very poor areas, part of Pakistan, and also the villages, and also the people also the kids who are outside picking up the food from the bin. जो कचरे में से खाना उठाते हैं. इसलिए कि उनकी आवाज नहीं है. No one's gonna listen to them. Today, if you
how can we empower all these people, to come forward, talk, and give them the confidence, so that they can express themselves what pain they're going through?
The problem is with Pakistan, like I said in my earlier videos, that all these top celebrities and all these people twice a year they come outside, do the protest, take the pictures, holding their gatte ke okay, हमारा इंसाफ चाहिए, ये चाहिए. After
But
7
nothing
hours,
happens after that. Nothing
yeah,
happens after
that's what
that.
I'm
It's
saying.
just
After
you can
after
see them
7 hours,
highlighting the topic. Yeah, you can see
you
them
see,
highlighting the topic, but nothing is
exactly.
concrete. Yeah.
This is the topic which we have to raise every day, 365 days every day. This is the topic which should not be neglected even for minutes. This should be looked every day like all other countries.
But there are loopholes in our system. That's what I believe by staying in Pakistan for the last 2 years, which I can feel and observe that it's not a problem of one individual. The whole system is being so, being taken control over by the mafias and the corrupt people in this society for the last decade or so. So how are you going to change the
Yeah.
mindset, which is already filled up with kachara, I would say, पहले
Yeah.
तो आप अपने दिमाग का कचरा खत्म निकालेंगे तो रोड का कचरा साफ कर पाएंगे ना. पहले माइंड का कचरा साफ करना है. So that is the area which I think you are really working hard on this.
The problem is because in Pakistan they have unprofessional and untrained people in this field. You see, the child protection is a very sensitive field. You need to have a professional and also trained people in order to give them therapy about their trauma being gone through the rape and also their families. But the problem is Pakistan का एक ही जुमला होता है, अबे यार छोड़ यार कौन करेगा, अबे छोड़ गरीब है इसका कौन करेगा. हाँ, अगर किसी अमीर का बच्चा आज रेप हो जाए, आप 1 घंटे में उसको इंसाफ मिल जाएगा. मगर
वो तो जाहिर बात है, because they have the
1
money
घंटे
to
में उसको
throw,
इंसाफ,
right?
या तो वो उसको मार देंगे. लेकिन गरीब का बच्चा है, मैंने देखा है सब अपनी आंखों से, अबे चल छोड़ यार, छोड़ कौन करेगा, माफिया इन्वॉल्व्ड है. What is mafia? The problem, you need a very strong voice to sit in Pakistan and to raise the voice of child protection, because it doesn't matter if the child is poor or from a middle class, but they are the economy of Pakistan. हम क्या बूढ़ों से काम कराएंगे पाकिस्तान से? ये जो वो बच्चे हैं जो बड़े होके हमारे पाकिस्तानी इकोनॉमी में हिस्सा लेते हैं. अभी आप देखें, अगर हम if we go to like northern areas of Pakistan, we have children वो जो कारपेट बना रहे होते हैं, दुपट्टों पे सिलाई हो रही होती है, कढ़ाई हो रही होती है, वही जो है इतना महंगा बेचा जाता है और उनको इतने कम लेबर दिया जाता है. तो they are very talented people in
That's why
cooking.
they say na Pakistan
Garments.
can. That's why they say na people in Pakistan are cheap labor, but they're not being recognized for their talent and skill which they have, basically because they are not being shown what hard work they do.
Yeah. And I think we need to build some more schools and give them education and to aware this sexually abuse, rape. We can probably
But it's not
give
going to start.
awareness.
It's not going to start in that way. So please correct me if I'm wrong here. The education starts from home first.
Hmm.
Okay, it has to be the parents' sole responsibility to give the awareness to their kids how they should be behaving in the society, in terms from the very younger age. I totally remember when I was young and when I
Hmm.
was growing up as a boy, and my sisters, when they were growing up. So my parents taught us a lesson that who we have to be careful in the society,
Hmm.
by knowing our body parts and everything. We should be extra careful, like who we bring people close to us. So in that scenario, what I believe that in Pakistan, in our society, it should start with the parents. They need to be educated enough to teach their kids about the awareness, what's happening.
Yeah.
One. Second, I think all the schools in Pakistan should have what do you call, the psychologist who can understand the child's psychology to understand what trauma or what problems or the issues they're going through. It
Hmm.
could be bullying, it could be molestation, it could be, affairs with the kids usually have, but they don't know what the
Hmm.
after effects are. So they all need to understand, and I'm sure you agree with me and you will endorse this idea of having a psychologist in all the schools in Pakistan to save our
Hmm.
kids. Do you believe that?
I absolutely agreed with you. And there's also there also a therapy that you give children a paper and a pen, and
Mm-hmm.
you tell them to draw some things. If a child draws a private part of the person at a small age, means he's been like there he or she being abused or is going through this trauma of sexually abuse, or they're touching their private parts and this. Yeah, you are right. We need to probably get a very strong team who can go to like poor people, like villages and this, and tell them, this is how we can tell our children, not, like not in a way they get scared. आप किसी stranger से बात नहीं करें. अगर आपको स्ट्रेंजर कोई गलत जगह हाथ लगाता, आप अपने माँ बाप को फौरन आके बताएं. Also, we
Desha?
need a protection, and we need to be strong in our reporting to the police as well, because I think it's our culture as well. It's the respectable culture, Asian culture, कि अगर हम आ जाके शिकायत लगा देंगे अपने बच्चे के बारे में,
Will bring
हाय
more
हमारी
problems to
नाक
us.
कट
Yeah.
जाएगी, हमारी बेइज्जती हो जाएगी, इससे कौन शादी करेगा ना. Lately there was a which really hurt me, and I couldn't sleep for like 1 week, not even 1 week. I couldn't sleep since then. One of the
Mm-hmm.
journalists put a video of 5 years old. She was raped by two men. So we are talking
Mm-hmm.
about 32 to 35 years old touching a 5 years old. So
Oh
you
my
can
goodness.
imagine. And the lady was like sitting on the charpai, and there was some police officer with a child as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to her, "Oh, how did it happen?" And this. So she said to the girl, "Can you take your shalwar off?" She's a 5 years old child. How can you tell a child to take her trousers off? And they put like shalwar and this. And the worst thing is that when Pakistani people comment on that news, अपनी शलवारें बचा के रखो, अपनी बहनों की, माँ की, बेटियों की शलवारें बचा के रखो. This is very strong statement. You shouldn't be using words like shalwar.
The
Just say
people are so
keep your
uneducated.
sisters, yes,
Yeah,
safe. उस छोटे बच्चे से आप कह रहे हैं कि अपनी शलवार या अपनी ट्राउजर उतारे. पूरा मीडिया सामने बैठा हुआ है, पुलिस वाले बैठे, वो मासूम बच्चा इतना परेशान, इतना ट्रॉमाटाइज्ड, 5 years old. और वो बेचारी बच्ची इतनी शलवार उतार रही है सबके सामने, चीखे मार रहे हैं सारे. Excuse me, instead of screaming and telling a small child to take her trousers off, go and find the ways how we can control this abuse. It has been like since 2018 through one of the journalists in Pakistan. He's been updating me with all the news that from 2018 to 2020, there are
21.
more than
We're in 21 now.
48 cases,
Yeah.
48 cases of rapes. I mean, what is going on in Pakistan? Imran Khan ne jo bhi law banaya hai that we're gonna give the rapist 3 years in prison and also usko koi dawai denge jisse you know what I mean. I'm sure Pakistani logo ko pata hai wo kaun si dawai hai, mujhe explain karne ki zarurat nahi hai. How can you give a rapist who's raping child एंड देन वो सिर्फ 3 साल जेल में रहेगा, 3 साल तो ऐसे गुजरेंगे और उसको आप दवा दे रहे हैं. सो बेसिकली वी आर आल्सो इन्वेंटिंग मॉन्स्टर्स, साइको मॉन्स्टर्स, गिविंग देम दवाइयां ताकि वो कुछ कर ना सके. इंस्टेड दे कैन डू समथिंग एल्स. They can probably become wild. They can become psycho. Their mental health
What
will
type of
probably...
punishment you believe in our society should be given to the people and the rapists like them?
Islam is a very beautiful religion. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm proud to be a Pakistani woman. I'm proud to be a Muslim journalist woman. And हमें चाहिए कि हम जो है ना मैदान में एक लगाए फांसी का फंदा. सारी दुनिया को बुलाए, जितने जितने लोग हैं सब आप जमा हो जाए और उसी रेपिस्ट को फांसी दी जाए और 2-3 और पत्थर भी मारे जाए.
But this is not going to happen because of the human rights will make a loud noises that this is not acceptable. Human rights issues. What are you guys doing? Pakistan is not a state of like that. Which people we have been hearing in the past. That's why these things never happen.
We are talking about human rights right now, okay? Why not children? We are talking about from 3 years to 15 years old. There are places like Peshawar and Quetta जो बच्चे बाहर जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था कचरे से उठा रहे हो तो अपना खाना. People उनको not kidnapping, abduction करके उनको, they take them in a small room. This is the report from Al Jazeera. They take them in a small room where they tell them to take their clothes off and act do the sexual act like a porn. They're like probably 10 or 7 boys are in the room. छोटे बच्चे, उनको बोलते हैं आप sexual activities करें. They actually make the film, and these films are sold for 100 rupees to probably 200 to 300 rupees. We are provoking these people to do these kind of things. Now, these are the massive issues. In Google research, USA was the top list of child abuse and sexual abuse, and the second number is Pakistan.
Oh my goodness. Don't tell me that.
Second number Pakistan का आया है जिसमें बोला गया है कि पाकिस्तान में 2015 में porn देखने वाले सिर्फ पाकिस्तानी थे. 1.2 million people watch porn every year and every second. USA and Pakistan.
Shocking news which you're disclosing now at the moment. I'm sure everybody knows about it.
I've been doing research since 2015. This is why when you on my social media, I'm always talking about child abuse, putting the news and this. I ask people to please fund me. I put कि मुझे आप fund करें. मैं अपने हाथों से जाके इंशाल्लाह सबका हिसाब किताब सबको दूंगी. आज आप कोई फैशन शो करा ले charity के लिए, कोई नाच गाने का शो करा ले.
Everybody is going to come forward and give. Take this money from me for the charity.
ये सारी वहाँ पहुँच जाएगी. इनको मैं कहती हूँ उर्दू में ठड़की. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm very outspoken.
Nice word you chose for them.
Yes, I'm very outspoken. I'm quite famous.
You're blunt, I would say.
In UK, all the English journalists, they love me of whatever I say. They say I'm very down. Clean heart person, I just say. So ये सारे ठड़की जो है.
Why are you in UK? Why are you not in Pakistan to bring these changes drastically?
हाँ, और पैसे आप फेंक रहे हैं नाच करने वाली पे, यार वो पैसे आप मुझे दे दे. मैं जाके गरीबों के दवाइयाँ खरीद लूंगी, उनको खाना दिला दूंगी. And I have been doing it with my own hand. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. आप यकीन करें मसरूर, अल्लाह ताला ने, I am so blessed. ठीक है, I'm a single mother. I have seen struggle in my life. Hardship. I live in a 2-bedroom flat. आज मेरे पास इतना है कि मैं चाहूँ कि मैं आराम से उठ के 5-6 और luxury life आराम से गुजार सकती हूँ. You have seen me on social media, how I come across to people. People have met me in Pakistan. People have met me around the world. And they all, alhamdulillah, अल्लाह का बहुत बहुत शुक्र, उसने मुझे इज्जत दी है, प्यार दिया है लोगों से, और मेरे लिए यही काफ़ी है.
Alhamdulillah.
तो मैं आपको यही कह रही थी कि भाई आप फैशन शो में जाके खूब ठड़कीपन कर रहे हैं, पैसे निकाल के दे रहे हैं, नाचने वाली पे इतना पैसा दे रहे हैं, आप प्लीज मुझे वो पैसे दे रहे तो मैं वो जाके फिर इंशाल्लाह we can do so much with that money. We can build a school for these children. We need to educate Pakistan, but the problem is I also heard that because of the waderas and rich people, they do not want Pakistani children, poor children, to study, because if they study, their mind will open and they will understand
We have been hearing this for many,
the
many
color
years, a
of
long,
black
long
and
time. This
white.
has been going on and on and on. That these people don't want their area or their city or provinces,
Mm.
they don't want their kids, the poor people, to come up, basically, because if they come up, who's going to be massaging their legs and stuff, right? That's why.
Exactly, yeah. And when I went last time, sorry, I don't know how much time you have, but when I
Don't
went
worry,
to
this
say,
topic is important. So,
oh,
as
that's
much
good.
as you can disclose the ideas and what you have planned for Pakistan, and
Well,
when we can see you down here and
inshallah,
working.
I have booked my flight for 28th of February, but I think
Yay! We're going to be seeing
yeah,
you in Pakistan then,
inshallah, I'll
definitely.
be I'll be coming to Karachi on the 28th of February. But you know how the situation is, coronavirus, because of this
Mhm.
UK people, they don't listen, and we have a lot of issue at the moment, even for traveling.
Are
And
you are you ready for the criticism or any negative views if people
of course,
if you come down to Pakistan and people
of
project you in
course,
a very negative manner?
आपको नहीं पता मुझे कितने लोगों ने गंदी गंदी गालियां देते हैं, मुझे मैसेजेस में गंदी गंदी तस्वीरें भेजते हैं अपनी, मुझे जज किया जाता है कि मैं ऐसी हूँ, मैं वैसी हूँ, मैं एक्चुअली पाकिस्तान की कौम को बिगाड़ रही हूँ. एक्सक्यूज मी, what am I doing to make Pakistani people corrupted? I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking about the children protection, rape, and also
You're talking
refugees.
about the mindsets, which is already
Yes.
ganda. So you need to make them
Yeah.
clear that what
Yes.
people should do.
और नहीं, मैं यूज टू हूँ जर्नलिज्म में, अपनी फील्ड में मुझे काफी गालियां वालियां, डिसरिस्पेक्ट एंड ये, तो मैं एक कान से दूसरे कान से निकाल देती हूँ. If you do not take criticism, if you are not ready to take the negative views from people,
You're not
you
ready to
are
learn.
not do not come into the field of media, journalism, and broadcast,
I
because
see.
you won't be able to take it. Either you will cry every day, or you will just say, you know what, I forget, I'm just going to my 9 to 5 job. But this is very, as I said, this is a very sensitive matters. And I'm coming on the 28th, and I like to raise my voice in Pakistan Assembly if I can
Uh-huh.
get a chance. I like to
Okay.
visit. I have few nice police officers and
As your
sources.
friend? Okay.
I won't mention their name. I'm sure they are watching me right now. And
Okay.
unfortunately, I would go. I cannot make a video in the prison of Karachi, man and female, but I like to go talk to them, because this will give me an idea.
Are you gonna be for how long you're gonna be in Karachi and in all over Pakistan? Is just gonna be a long trip or a short trip of yours?
हाँ, वैसे मेरा तो है इरादा that I can stay till end of March, but it depends on the situation. I may have to stay longer than that, which I'm very happy. And I was just telling my daughter, I said, listen, do you know what? If I get a chance to stay in Pakistan to work on this, I would love to work for Pakistan. I am very proud to be Pakistani. When I go to
Cheers to a lady. Cheers to a lady.
I'm a freelance journalist, so I work with everyone, whether it's a Financial Times, Telegraph, London Live, or ITV, or American channels. But normally my work is
But
around English
did you
speaking.
approach any media channels in Pakistan
Yeah,
to
yeah,
show your interest? What did they
yes,
say
yes.
on? What did they say?
Uh, I haven't said anything yet, but they are. I think they are actually asking me to give interview. But actually, apparently, this is really funny. I got approached by Pakistani fashion industry and drama
Oh,
industry to do
again,
the. Yeah,
because
to
they
do
know that
the
you were a model in the past, so that's why they might
yeah.
have approached you
But
for that.
sometimes I think,
Pick
Masood,
minds.
it's very difficult because just I'm not saying I'm very beautiful or whatever. That's जो भी मेरी शक्ल है, मगर आई थिंक समटाइम्स मुझे इससे काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है। लोग समझते हैं कि मुझे कुछ नहीं आता है, मेरी सिर्फ शक्ल ही है। But there is so much in me
Beauty with
beside
the
this
mind.
face.
Beauty with
Sorry?
the mind. Beauty with the mind.
Yeah. I love to read. I love to study. I love to research. Sometimes I sleep around 3 o'clock in the night because I'm always studying or I'm always doing research. My research could be I can go to the university library and then I can just come up with, I can go to 1900, 1800 centuries and just read about it. And this is how I do my articles and write.
We
Beside,
need we need
beside,
positive people like you in our society in Pakistan so that we can definitely change the mindsets of the people, which is really laid back and
very
not
laid back.
professional enough to deal with. So I think you should be coming down here with a positive approach, which you are going to be, and bring a change. And I feel that we need people like you, so that I'm sure lots and lots of women can come forward and they can approach you with their traumas and problems, and you can
Hmm.
write about them and bring them forward so that their voices can be heard in our
Yeah.
society and people can tap the
Yeah,
criminals.
there is also some women of Karachi, Lahore, approach me through Facebook DM, and they have told me that there is not a big scope for women journalists. It's hard because you need a lot of commitments. You need to put your passion into it. And I completely understand that because once you get married, you have kids, and journalism is not an easy field. It's a very
I
dangerous
agree.
field.
I
And
agree.
yeah,
Any
people,
words you pick and you throw it out there in the media, it's always taken it in a very different way. And people just shape it up,
yeah,
mix it up, and
yeah,
then they say, oh, that guy was so negative, but that's what you were not meant to be,
yeah.
becomes
And
such totally out of a
exactly.
different,
Yeah,
out
but
of the
as I
box.
said, that I've got like 15 years experience in front of camera and behind camera, so I know the tactics of
I know. I know what you
media.
mean.
Yeah. So, but then I think it's a very difficult field, and so many people have warned me that what are you doing for the child protection? Well, I've been looking, as I said, 5 साल हो गए हैं, मैं तंग आ गई हूँ। हर रोज कोई बच्चे की रेप हो रही है। अरे भाई, बच्चों को छोड़ दो खुदा के लिए। आप जाए अपनी, आपके पास जो भी है। I don't want to say much, because पाकिस्तान बोलेगा आप ऐसे आप बातें करिए, मगर यार बच्चों के साथ नहीं। ये वो बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने आगे
No,
चल
it
के
shouldn't.
पाकिस्तान की
I would
इकोनॉमी को
again,
स्ट्रॉन्ग
I
करना
would
है।
again add here, not only kids, women, men, whoever goes through these all types of, sexual abuse or traumas and molestations, which happens in every city, in
Exactly.
Pakistan. So,
And
all are
now
very important to us.
yeah, now you've said that women, men, but then we have to understand from the psychological point as well, psychological point of sexual abuse. Say a child can get sexually abused, raped at the age of 6 years old. Okay, forget about it. Now he's alive. She is alive, and they're growing up. But you do not understand the mental health it affected them, because that comes into trauma, and then this leads you to mental health. So when they grow up, you will see their social behavior and how they approach people, and sometimes they are not into their education, and they're just lost in the world. But it's
I
not
want
that.
to add, sorry, I want to add one more question to the discussion of ours would be, I have seen in the courts, Pakistani courts as well, when the kids, when they meet either the mother or the father, when they are being separated or being divorced, what mental aspects they go through. Do you have anything in mind which you feel that these kids, when they're growing with the single mother, because as you are single mother, so these kids, what psychological effect do they have in the society when they're growing up with only the mother or only the father?
Okay, it depends in the country wherever you're living, because I live in UK, and the
Mhm.
British mentality is completely different from Pakistani mentality. But according to science, the people who are separated, single parent, their child are more mature, more intelligent, instead of the parents who are living together, fighting, screaming, hitting. That can cause mental health to some kids as well. Well, anyway, it depends. I think Pakistan, as I said, that it's the culture thing as well. Tanzbazi, ताना ये वो बच्चे को बुली करना, ओ तेरी तो तुम्हारी तो माँ को तलाक हुई हुई, तुम्हारी माँ सिंगल है, तू तो ये है, तेरे पास बाप नहीं है, तेरे पास माँ नहीं है, और औरत की जो भी बेइज्जती हो रही होती है, तुम सिंगल मदर हो। और तुम्हार आज अगर एक पाकिस्तान में सिंगल मदर बच्चों के साथ अगर वो अच्छे कपड़े पहन ले, मेकअप कर ले और बाहर निकले जॉब के लिए, उस पर 10,000 बातें होती है, ये किसी आदमी से मिलने जा रही है, इसका चक्कर चल रहा है, इसे क्या हो गया, तलाक याफ्ता हो गया, इतना मेकअप किया हुआ है। पाकिस्तान में तलाक याफ्ता और बेवा को शादियों में आगे नहीं किया जाता है। क्यों? अरे भाई, तुम मेहंदी नहीं लगाना, हमारी बच्ची की शादी है, तुम बेवा हो या तलाक याफ्ता हो। It happened to me as well. And guess
Oh my
what?
goodness.
I was like, you know what? Oh,
But
forget
then
it.
how are
मेरे
you going to
पागल हो
bring,
जाएंगे।
then how are you going to reform the woman and bring back her in the society and make her be free? Okay, past things happen, but you cannot live in the past. You have to move forward. So, because if the mindset changes, then only these women who have been affected with the divorce, separations, and kulas and everything, and whatever, so they should be brought back again in this society. Do you agree?
You are absolutely right, but then we need a very strong person who can sit down and talk about these things. We need to also have awareness through media, TV, newspaper articles, and also leaflets,
I
school,
see.
university, lectures. So we can do like indirectly in many ways to uh, give inspirations to these women and do not let them think that they are a burden for our society. There is nothing wrong being a single mother and a single parent. Why?
Some
और
of the
क्या
men
क्या फड्डे हो
and
रहे,
the
घर के अंदर
women.
लड़ाइयाँ हो रही है, अरे भाई आप क्यों हमारे अच्छी अच्छी प्लेटें तोड़े हैं, खाने को गिरा रहे हैं, पागल, मुंह में पान डाला, oh my god, I've seen so much in Pakistan.
Some of the people who follow my channel, for the
I've got
past.
something to say. मैंने पान की बात की, वैसे मुझे भी पान पसंद है, लेकिन मैं इतना नहीं खाती हूँ, probably हफ्ते में एक दफा, अगर not here, पर इन पाकिस्तान पता नहीं कोई जगह है क्लिफ्टन पे, वहां का पान बहुत मजे का है, और घर पे आके फिर मैं इतना टूथब्रश करती हूँ, लाल जबान लाल दांत।
Some of my followers, they, after watching and going through my channel, a lot of them say that I empower women through my interviews, because there are a lot of women who come on my show as my guest speaker
Yeah.
with their content and topic. So I always tell them I talk from my heart and I'm being honest. So whatever the content, because my platform, I prefer and believe it is open for everybody to
Hmm.
come forward. It's not only men. I mean, sorry, it's not only women. It can be for everybody who are positive people, because that's the whole idea of spreading the positivity through
Hmm.
the content and the topic. So again, it gives me an honor as well if I can empower women. Wow, that's an amazing thing to do in this society.
That's such a sweet thing, listening from a Pakistani man. But I'm sure there's so many Pakistani men, young generation like you, who like to empower women and also give them the equal opportunities. हम ये बात करते थे, मुझे बात याद आई है, किसी ने मुझे पाकिस्तान में बोला है कि आप वोट के लिए क्यों नहीं खड़ी होती। मैंने कहा आपने मुझे क्यों मरवाना है, मैं मैं अपनी जिंदगी में बहुत खुश हूँ, जो मैं काम कर रही हूँ आप मुझे करने दें, आप क्यों मेरे सर पे गोली गोली लगवाएंगे।
I don't think to do anything good in the society, you need a position to do that. You can do it freely with your mind, being a free going person, right?
I would like to, where somebody actually offered me if I can come to Pakistan and look into child protection policies and also strategies.
Come soon. We all are waiting for you because we want to see what Laila
And
Khalid has to
I would
offer
love to look
Pakistan and
into this.
how we can
Alhamdulillah,
save our kids.
I have medical studies. I have worked with children as well, and Alhamdulillah, I have excellent background in Pakistan, Karachi. I belong to a very educated family, and
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. So I brought up. I mean, half of my life is in UK, but I have been surrounded by excellent people in my life. When we
Cheers
talk,
up to a woman again.
I don't mind staying in Pakistan for long and look into the policies and strategies of child protection that needs to be done as soon as possible before it's too
We
late.
need we need you.
Pakistan,
We
पाकिस्तान
need
सिर्फ
you all.
गरीब की दुआ से इस वक्त स्टेबल है, वरना पाकिस्तान का जो हाल है, अल्लाह ताला, ये हमारी पनिशमेंट भी है कि हम देखें हमें न हमें हमें यूनिटी नहीं है, हमें हमेशा हम लड़ रहे होते हैं, कभी उसको पकड़ कभी उसको पकड़, उसने इतना पैसा खा लिया। यार, दिस इज द नॉर्मल थिंग एवरीवेयर, पॉलिटिक्स इज करप्टेड, वेदर इट्स यूके, यूएसए, पाकिस्तान, ये लोग पैसा खाते हैं, इनके आपको पता है ना, इनकी जो फिटनेस से पता चल जाता है माशाल्लाह कितना खाया जा रहा है।
I
एंड
I came to know by coming to Pakistan that when you have a belly, they have a great word for that, pooch.
पूछ, अच्छा, हमारे जब मैं पाकिस्तान स्कूल में पढ़ रही थी कराची में, आई स्टडी फ्रॉम नासरा स्कूल, तो मेरे जो भाई थे हसन खालिद और बिलाल खालिद, तो उनके एक सर होते थे, तो उनका जो पेट था काफी बड़ा था, सो व्हेन ही यूज्ड टू स्टैंड, जब वो ऐसे खड़े होते थे ना, पेट उनका ऐसा आता था, डी, तो साउदी
Yeah,
अरब में
I know.
बच्चे
Every
कहते
man
थे
has
डी,
that. Every man
डी,
has that. Yeah.
या उनको बोलते थे ओ डी, डी। ओ माय गॉड, आई लव पाकिस्तान। भाई मैंने तो पाकिस्तान में ताश के पत्ते भी खेले हैं, और खूब पिटाई हुई थी मेरी स्कूल में। वो क्या जो गोली से खेलते हैं, टड़ाक, जो गोली वाला गेम होता है।
Kanche, if I'm not wrong,
यस यस, कंचे
something like that.
कहते हैं, पैलदूज, वो जो स्क्वायर बनाते हैं उसमें। I am pure Karachi, Sindh, Pakistani girl, but yes, I am half Gora and half
Karachi,
Pakistani.
Wali, if you're a Karachi Wali, then Karachi is waiting for you on
I
28th
cannot
of
wait.
Feb.
बस आप दुआ करें कि ये रिस्ट्रिक्शन जो है वो थोड़ी कम हो जाए, इसलिए कि यूके में सबने देखे, हम पाकिस्तान को इतना बोलते, तो ये यूके भी इतनी खबीस कौम है कि इनकी वजह से आज हमें इतना लॉकडाउन से गुजरना पड़ा कि ट्रैवल पे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस आती है इन लोगों की वजह से। दुबई जाके तस्वीरें खिंचवा रहे हैं, अमेरिका जा रहे, कहाँ जा रहे हैं, ये कपड़े पहने, धूप आ रही है, अब निकली ना धूप, सब फंस गए हम। सो बस दुआ करें, टिकट तो मेरा बुक हो चुका है, बस दुआ करें कि मुझे
Oh,
निकलने दें
I'm
यहाँ
so
से।
excited. I'm so excited, Laila. Yeah, I'm so excited, Laila, to have you and be your guest, or you be my guest when you're here,
इंशाल्लाह,
inshallah, on 20th. And hope we can collaborate and we can do lots and lots of good stuff for our country if we can. Even for a small step which you and I can take, it will definitely make a big difference for
इंशाल्लाह।
sure.
I just
So,
want to tell all the Pakistani people who are watching me that मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप सब मेरे साथ मिलके आवाज उठाएं, आप सब मेरा साथ दें, क्योंकि मैं अकेली नहीं कर सकती हूँ। जब तक मेरे साथ आप लोगों का साथ नहीं होगा, मेरे कदम आगे नहीं
excuse me.
बढ़ेंगे। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप सब मिलके मेरे साथ अवेयरनेस करें, एंड इंशाल्लाह इफ दे ऑफर मी अ वर्क in child protection and open,
No,
I'm gonna
no,
take it. I will work in
definitely.
Pakistan. Even if I have to stay in Pakistan for the sake of these children and poor people, I promise, मैं प्रॉमिस करती हूँ, और मैं वो लेडी हूँ जो अपने प्रॉमिस को हमेशा keep I can, I'm the person who can keep her promises, and I will stay in Pakistan as long as I want and work on it, and I will hold my life. I promise to
Amazing.
hold my life and holidays for the Pakistani children, because this is not good. ये अच्छी बात नहीं है, हमारी बहुत बेइज्जती हो रही है पूरी दुनिया में, अच्छी बात नहीं है। बच्चों के ख्वाब होते हैं, उनके ये दिन है गुड़िया के साथ खेलने के, छोटे छोटे हाथ, गाड़ियों के साथ खेले, दोस्तों के साथ जाए, कार्टून देखे, फन करे, ना कि रेप होके अपनी कब्र
They
में
need to
जाए।
be
कम
involved in
ऑन,
the sports activities, and they need to be
ऑफ कोर्स दे नीड टू बी
aware that.
एजुकेटेड, उनके ड्रीम्स होते हैं, ये थोड़ी बेचारे को आप रेप करके मार देते अपनी कब्र में चले जाए। वी गोना लूज आवर चिल्ड्रन, दिस इज द स्ट्रॉन्ग इकोनॉमी ऑफ पाकिस्तान। Let's come on, man. Let's everyone
Let's
work
do
on
it.
this and wait for me.
Let's
And
do it
inshallah,
together.
we will all get together, do a massive speech, and inshallah, we will take it from there.
Thank you so much, Laila Khalid, for being a great guest and sharing
Thank you
whatever
so
you
much.
have in your mind and the plan, the vision you have for our little kids and little angels so that we can save them for future. We're looking forward for 28th of Feb where we can see Laila Khalid in Karachi and we can
Inshallah.
bring a change. So before Laila Khalid, you leave, I wouldn't let you leave before you can say a few good lines about my channel if you've been following. A little subscribe, share, or a little shout out in a way so I can just keep on doing a good work if you feel I am doing a good work, which will help me in uplifting my confidence again with bringing different guest speakers with different content. So please go ahead, a small shout out if you like so.
Hey guys, assalamu alaikum. Please do follow Mac Vlogs, subscribe the channel, YouTube, and also follow him on Instagram, Mac Vlogs and Facebook. He is very good. He's been interviewing the very fantastic people, powerful people around the world, and I am proud of him. And this is why I'm giving him interview. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here. And good
It's an
luck.
honor of mine to have a wonderful lady like you, Laila Khalid, who has a great vision and great plans. Definitely see you soon in Karachi.
Inshallah
So
ta'ala. Allah
everyone,
Hafiz, everyone.
Allah Hafiz. But everyone, my followers and Laila's followers, if you're hearing and watching us today, please go and press the subscribe button and share this video to as much people you can, so we can share the content and the topic of ours which we had discussed, so that we can save our kids and bring a change in the society. Thank you so much, everyone. See you with my next guest and new content soon. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. God bless you all. Keep smiling.